Hey guys, you are watching Monday on Subs Week on the Pagan Perspective. This week we're talking about cryptozoology, and I just want to let you guys know I'm going to try to keep this video really short. The last couple Subs weeks I have failed in uploading. I attempted each video like 4 times and it took 6 hours each time to fail. So I'm uploading this on Sunday as a private video, and then on Monday I'll turn it public, but that'll at least give me some time to, if there's any problems, I can work those out. So in the meantime, to hopefully get this video to upload properly, I'm going to try to keep this as short as possible. The topic comes from Accusing Eyes 92, and it came in the form of a video response, or a video, and I'll link the video in the description box below. I highly suggest you guys kind of check it out. It's just a short, I think it's maybe like 5 minutes, and watch that video, and then you'll kind of understand where she's coming from and what she wants us to talk about. But she's soliciting video responses, so you guys are all open to responding to her via video as well. So what she's talking about is cryptozoology. I don't really work with anything as far as cryptozoology is concerned. I don't study cryptozoology, but what I do know of cryptozoology is that it's the study of creatures or beings that haven't been confirmed by science. And this can be anything from what Accusing Eyes 92 mentions in her video, like the Loch Ness Monster and Bigfoot, all the way to unidentified species that we find in jungles, and they fall into the cryptozoology bucket until they are captured and identified. With that being said, we're focusing specifically on beings such as the Loch Ness Monster and Bigfoot, and all of those different cultures have their different kind of folklore, mythical being type creatures, and people have experienced them or cited them or communicated with them, yet science still doesn't acknowledge them as being beings, being actual confirmed species, I suppose. So as far as do I believe in them? Well, I can't say that I don't believe in them. Because I haven't done much research on them, I can't say that they don't exist. But at the same time, I also can't say that they do. I like to keep a healthy amount of skepticism, but at the same time keep an open mind, so I don't rule anything out simply because I just think, okay, science hasn't proven it, so therefore it's false to me. I don't work that way. But at the same time, I also don't work in that I believe in everything until science proves it otherwise, because otherwise there's no critical thinking there whatsoever. So I do keep a healthy amount of skepticism, but at the same time I keep an open mind to possibilities, because I think that that's very important. As far as the point that was made about these beings potentially being astral, and perhaps that's why there's no physical evidence for them, I think that that's a pretty valid theory. Like, I can definitely buy into that theory, and put a little bit of stock in it, thinking that people who are, anytime that you have something that's coming through from, I mean, there are all different planes of existence, and anytime that you have anything coming through from another plane of existence, you have to be a vibrational match to that particular entity in order to experience it. And that's why I don't personally believe in demons. I believe in thought forms that have been given power and given, okay, let me try to phrase this. Our thoughts are energy. And when enough people think the same thought and put enough emotion into that thought, in the case of demons, usually the emotion is fear, and fear is a very powerful and a very negative emotion to have. So with all of that fear that's built up with these different thought forms across all continents, across all time, over and over and over and over, all of this like energy attracts to itself, and it creates kind of this massive energy that can then be dense enough to manifest physically. So some people who are vibrating at that low vibrational fear level of demons experience the low vibrational energy of demons coming through. So you have to be a vibrational match. Since I don't operate from a level of fear from demons, I just sort of view them with complete apathy and disbelief. I don't experience them in my reality. Because I'm not a vibrational match for them, I don't experience them. And I think that can be said from any being that is of another world or another plane of existence. So I can't say for certain whether or not I believe in the practice of cryptozoology, and I think it's a very interesting field of study from what the little I've read about it. But I can't say that I can confirm or state that I believe in these beings with any amount of certainty whatsoever. And at the same time, I also can't say with any amount of certainty that I completely disregard or disbelieve in these particular beings either. There was one other thing. Oh, yes. When I was probably about 10, I was living in a small town up north in northern Wisconsin, central Wisconsin. And in our small town, there were several sightings of Bigfoot or Sasquatch or whatever you want to call him. And it started with somebody saw this kind of great hairy ape type looking thing while they were driving, and they saw it crossing the road or something. That first encounter, I think, really was something, possibly a bear or another animal. I'm not sure what time of day it is, because, I mean, 10 years, I was 10 years old, so that was 16 years ago. But what I do know is that there were several sightings after that. Like, probably within like a month, there were probably like 7 more sightings. And the town had these little like shirts made up with like, I saw the whatever county, I think it was Clark County, Bigfoot or something like that. And I think that if memory serves me correctly, the final sightings, the first one I can't remember if it was completely, if they debunked it or not, but I know for sure that the other ones, somebody actually dressed up in like a Sasquatch outfit and was screwing with people. So part of me thinks that though I do believe that people believe that they saw these beings, these creatures, part of me believes that one, if you expect to see something, you are going to, it's just how the mind works. It's same thing with like scientists. When scientists are formulating their theories and they want to prove them or disprove different theories, they go in looking for specific evidence that will fulfill their intent. Essentially, it will either prove what they're looking to prove or disprove what they're looking to disprove. So humans have expectations, and that's just how we are. And so if you're kind of out there in the wilderness and you have this expectation that you are going to see something or experience something, chances are something will happen. If something happens, you will give it maybe potentially more meaning than it actually has. So if you hear like a loud noise or a strange growl or something, under normal circumstances when you wouldn't be expecting to see, say, Bigfoot, you might think, oh, I just heard a bear growl, or I just heard, some angry wolf somewhere. But because you're expecting to experience that, you start giving that more meaning, and you start thinking, oh my gosh, I totally just heard Sasquatch, or I totally just heard Bigfoot. The same thing goes with like the Loch Ness Monster and things like that. So whenever we, and even with like ghosts and ghost hunting, if people are, fear is a very powerful emotion. And our ego and our mind, because we're humans, and how I believe we're designed to work is, the physical world is very convincing. And it's meant to be convincing so that we can experience it. So when we feel this fear, like say, because I can speak more coherently if I'm talking about like ghosts. Say you go somewhere that is reportedly haunted, and you have this expectation that you're going to experience some sort of paranormal activity. Your senses are going to be a lot more heightened. Also, your mind's going to start playing tricks on you. You're going to start seeing things out of the corner of your eye. You're going to start feeling really, your senses are going to be extremely sharp. And any little thing that happens, all of a sudden it's, what if that was a ghost? What if that was a ghost? I don't deny the existence of spirits or ghosts or spiritual entities whatsoever, because I've experienced them in my reality. But I think that people put a lot of stock in, because of their expectations, they put a lot of stock in experiences that they have, that under normal circumstances, when those expectations don't exist, there would have been a rational explanation. But when you are experiencing your reality through the eyes of fear, everything becomes a little bit more distorted. And I can't think of any other way to describe it. So, for one, I think that yes, potentially these mythical beings could exist. 2, I agree that the theory of them being astral beings is a valid theory. I believe that the sightings that have happened, we could probably cut that down by a few percent. I can't tell you how much percent, but I can tell you that probably the sightings that have occurred are not necessarily all true sightings. Some of them probably have a little bit to do with an overactive imagination or expectations from humans expecting to experience whatever type of mythical being they're looking to experience or fearing that they're going to experience. So I can't completely rule it out, but I also don't completely buy into the idea quite yet, so I'm interested to hear the other subs take on this particular topic, and I was really pumped that the topic was not necessarily a written topic, but it was instead of video. That was really cool. So I'm going to post this as a video response to Accusing Eyes 92, and I hope all of you have a wonderful week, and I love you. Blessed be.